Welcome you all. Now we are going to see about the computer architecture, organization and architectures. Here, the computer organization and architecture is study of the internal working and structural of the implementation of the computer systems. So, computer architecture is the combinations of hardware units which implemented in mechanisms and the application of an instruction set. In computer architectures comprise the rules, methods and procedures and describes the execution and function of the entire computer systems. So it's having a function unit. In that one it's divided into 5 units input unit, output unit, memory unit, arithmetic and logic unit and control units. So in a basic function of a computers, input we are having the inputs and outputs units, memory units and the arithmetic logic and control unit. The input output it's connected with the memory and it's a process and arithmetic logic and control unit. So in input unit is a computer accepted encoded informations through the input unit. Standard devices it is called as a keyboard. Whenever a key is pressed, key control sends to the code in a CPU or a memory. Examples it includes joysticks, tracker balls, microphones, keyboards, scanners, etc. So in output unit, computer after computation returns the computed results and error messages by using output unit. So the standard output unit used as a monitor, and the other output devices are the printer, speaker, plotters, etc. In a memory unit stores the program instructions like code and data and the result of a computations, etc. So memory unit is classified as two types, primary and secondary. Primary memory which is called as a main memory, and the secondary memory is called as a auxiliary memory. So primary or a main memory is a components of the computer that holds the data, programs and instructions that are currently used. The primary storage is located on the motherboard. As a result, data can be read from and returned to the primary storage extremely quickly. So this given the process that access to the data and the instructions that the primary storage holds. The different types of primary memories, one is main memory, cache memory and a register memory. So main memory is the size of a main memory is larger and compared to the cache and register. So the main memory is divided into two main types, random access memory, read-only memory. Each of this divided into subtypes. So two types of main memory, ROM, RAM. So ROM is a non-volatile and RAM is a volatile memory. Non-volatile means keeps the content even the power off. The volatile is lost the data when the power is off. Okay. Next, random access memory is a volatile memory. That is the primary storage memory. Once the computer is switched off, the data and the instructions held in RAMs are lost. The RAM is given the term random access because the data and the instructions can be stored and accessed from any locations within the memory. So RAM is used to hold the data and instruction that are currently in use. RAM has two subcategories, static random access memory and dynamic random access memory. Static random access transistors are used in this memory and constant power flow is needed to keep it alive. Data remains static in this memory and hence no refresh is needed at any point of the time. So dynamic random access memory is a capacitor used to in this type, and it tends to lose the energy gradually over a period of a time. So read-only memory is a non-volatile memory. It's a type of a continuous hold the contents even when the power is switch off. As per the name, contents can only be read these memory locations and it can't erased or rewritten. Contents like bootstrap, firmware, and the mathematical tables and scientific applications are stored in the manufacturing stages and sold to the pre-stored contents. These contents are doing the operations of the devices and can't be altered. Programmable read-only memory is difference for RAM and ROM is the ROM is preloaded with the and the written in sold, whereas the ROM is sold to the devices in a blank memory and the content is stored in the programmer. So erasable read-only memory EEPROM is a EEPROM is used to store the data by UV lasers and erase the data when the UV lasers. The cache memory is a type of a high-speed volatile random access memory which is used to build in a processor. Then the data is transferred from the cache most quickly, and as a result, the instruction is given quickly and is fetched from the RAM. The register memory is a part of CPU which is used to hold the memory in different address of a data. The next instruction and the intermediate results during the register program execution. It also acts as a transmit storage between the main memory and the processor. It is costliest memory size wise. It is the smallest. Then the secondary or auxiliary memory is the non-volatile memory. The secondary memory is known as the backup memory or additional memory or auxiliary memory. The data can't be directly accessed by the processor. First it's copied from the secondary memory to a primary memory and then only CPUs access it. The non-volatile memory is so that the data can be retained data after the power failure. Secondary memory is accessed the input-output channels and also cheaper than the primary memory. The arithmetic logic units is necessary. Logic circuits and ladders, comparators, etc. are having to operation of addition, multiplication and comparisons of two numbers. The control unit, some coordinate activities of all units by issuing the control signals. The signals issued by the control unit govern the data transfer and then appropriated operations takes place. Control unit interprets or decodes the operations and actions to be performed. The operations of a computer can be summarized as a accept the information in form of a program and data through an input and store it in a memory. The information stored in a memory fetched and under the program control and into the arithmetic and logic unit when it is processed. The processed information leaves the computer through an output unit. All the activities of machines are directed by the control unit. Basic operational concept: memory, MAM, MRM in the control. MAM is having a register, MRM is also having a register and control unit and arithmetic logic unit, which is all processor connects to the main memory. So it's an instruction register. The instruction registers or a current instructor register CIR is a part of CPU's control unit that holds the first instructions currently being executed and decoded. An instruction register is used to store the instructions word and then it fetches the instruction from the memory and is temporarily stored in an instruction register. So it's a binary word or code It defines the specific operations to be performed. The program counter of another specified register, which is track the execution of a program. It contains the memory address of a next instruction to be fetched and executed. During the execution of instructions, the contents of program counters are uploaded to address of a next instruction. So memory address register, it holds the address of a location of to be accessed. It holds the address of the currently instruction that is to be fetched from a memory, or in address is a memory to which the data has to be transferred. Memory data register MDR is contains due to the return into the readout to the address of the location. It holds the contents bounded in the address held in a MRM or a transfer to the primary memory. It's read read the operations and previously stored data, and the operations are stored the values in a memory. The interpreter signals is request the input output devices to service by the processor. It provides the request services by executing an appropriate interrupt service routines. For example, here we can add the two data from the two registers. Like this, the instruction may be add located to R0 and load the locate the R1 and add the R0 and R1. These are the example of the basic instructions. These are the architectures and functions and basic concepts of the computer architecture. So thank you.